Hello, everyone. You're listening to Cloud Next, your go-to source for cloud innovation and leaders' insight. Brought to you by Global Dots. We usually don't talk about ourselves, and this time won't be any different. At least, not too much. This month, we hosted our first ever customer event at Bloomfield Stadium and took the opportunity to learn from our customers' experience. Hi everyone, I'm Tomer Movidzin. I produce this podcast Cloud Next for Global Dots. Our beloved podcast host, Ganesh the Awesome, was too busy researching innovation so you don't have to, and that is why I'm here to sub in for him. We sat down with our customers and took a dive into the real challenges they face in the cloud world. Before we start, as always, we invite you to join the conversation on LinkedIn. Let us know your thoughts, who you'd like us to talk to, and what topics should we tackle next. Now, without any further ado, let's hear from industry leaders about the issues that keep them up at night and how they're dealing with them. Okay, so first of all, could you please present yourself?
Alex Nayshtut. I'm head of product security for Cellebrite.
And what led you to this profession?
Oh, wow. I guess that's the most exciting part of the IT world. Unlike anything else where you sort of compete with yourself in cybersecurity, and I'm a cybersecurity professional, you mostly compete against the bad guys. So it's like a chess game.
You enjoy your day-to-day? Is it like, if you could go back in time and explain to the young Alex that this would be his profession, would he approve?
Definitely. 100%.
Yeah? It was a dream, a childhood dream?
Absolutely not. I wanted to be a pilot, like
Yeah,
90% of the kids.
of course. What is one of the main challenges in cloud that you wish you had a solution for?
Wow. Again, I'm looking at anything and everything through the prisma of the cybersecurity. And cloud world is super challenging. It is super dynamic. You have vulnerabilities coming every day. You can start your morning with a clean plate, and in the evening you have hundreds of vulnerabilities. You need to prioritize those. And unlike other domains in the cloud, you need to be very sharp, because if you decide to mitigate everything, then you basically burn the precious time of the developers. And if you deprioritize something wrong, well, the bad guys are knocking on your door.
I bet you go to a lot of these events, and from time to time, people try to sell.
Absolutely.
How do you vet a solution? How do you choose a solution and know that that is the right one for you?
So, first of all, nobody ever sold me anything at an event, right? It is absolutely impossible to catch the not just to catch the eye, but to gain confidence, to gain credibility of any salesperson. So that's first. But the way to get to me to be able to schedule a follow-up meeting with me is not by telling how great the solution is, but by explaining the problem and convincing me that the problem is important for me, making me sort of bubble up this problem in my priority list, and then I'm definitely going to want to hear more.
So, all the salespeople out there, this is a good advice, a solid advice.
Absolutely.
One last thing. We always ask this question in our podcast. We dubbed it the DeLorean question. If you can go back in time and give yourself one piece of professional advice before starting, what would it be?
Do hands-on. Do a lot of hands-on when you're a junior. Don't rush into management tracks. Don't rush into titles and grades and whatnot. Do a lot of hands-on. This is what builds you as a professional. And based on that professional experience, you will be able to build yourself. That's what your intuition stands on when you need to prioritize, to select, to communicate. Super important. do that.
I wanted to follow up on that because I believe a lot of great IT people or great cloud engineers, whatever, are not always the best managers, and the best managers are not always the guys who know the real deal, right?
Yeah, that's a good observation. And by the way, there is also a definition between of a good manager, a good people manager, and a good business manager and good operation manager, and that's not quite the same as being a good expert. So
Yeah, it's a hard one. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe I'm lucky to be a people person,
Mhm.
not just a technology guy. But in general, I think that the most important quality of a manager is a confidence, and this goes back to my previous answer. You need to be confident, and the confidence is built on your professionalism and your knowledge and the true knowledge you can gain only by working on something with your 10
Right.
fingers, and that's what kind of builds you as a foundation for going out.
Yeah, I completely agree, Gam. I think a manager and in any field who doesn't have enough knowledge will be insecure and will act from his
Yeah,
insecurities.
not necessarily, right? We see great managers that are coming from the army, for example, and then they're not any good in low level management, but as executives, they are phenomenal. They are able to make smart decisions, fast decisions, and they're not afraid of making those decisions. And in some cases, not having the technical background might be blessing, but hey, that's when you're really high up. If you want to build yourself there, you need to walk few steps, and those steps you walk with your technical background.
One last question. Do you have any recent innovation that you can recommend or a source of information you use?
Actually, good question, and you will like my answer. The best source of information about the industry is through attending conferences. That is the best opportunity. You do not go and contact and look up tons of information and scrolling through or trying to surf between the marketing bullshit. You're able to meet people, interrogate them, and that's phenomenal, right? My first experience of attending Black Hat is the number one cybersecurity conference. It was probably 15 years ago. Um, EDR was a big thing, and I managed to interrogate within 1 hour 3 leading of EDR business. I gained all the information I wanted. That was phenomenal. So go to conferences.
Beautiful. Great answer. Great answer. Thank you very much.
Sure.
First of all, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Einat Shimoni. Actually, I'm the CISO of Lusha. I started like 3-4 months ago. It's like a promotion
It's a new.
for
Yeah,
me.
wow. Congrats.
Yeah, I'm 25 years in the industry. I work in like 20 years at Amdocs, many positions, DevOps, security. Then I left to Anaplan, which is analysis planning. It's a SaaS company. I acted there as the director of security, product security. And now I'm at Lusha, doing lots of interesting stuff now.
And what is the biggest challenge you encountered? Like you're telling yourself, my God, I just came here.
Data, how I will protect the data.
I feel like everybody's talking to me today about
Data.
the data and security. And the big fear is that there are stuff that we still haven't imagined,
Exactly.
right? You need to prepare yourself not to the stuff you already know.
What you don't know.
So how does the day-to-day job looks like? Do you imagine You put yourself in the shoes of a burglar, of
A
a
hacker.
hacker. Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you, my day is different. Every day is like a different story. There are some days that are very planned. I need to go on my risks, have some meetings with the team, with development team, DevOps, prioritize, like wonderful. There are other teams that we have, like we have critical stuff, where critical incidents, alerts coming from our SIEM SOC managed service that we get. So we need to address that. And then deprioritize what we are doing. Okay, we do see some issues, gaps, so we need to prioritize. We have our customers. We had a lot of customers. I want Lusha. So how much is secure? So we need to answer lots of security questionnaires. So you see, it's lots of things. So
Sounds very stressful.
yes, my luck is that I have very big children. They are teenagers. So I think I got a medal. I need to get a medal only for that. I have a wonderful husband that during the whole 25 years, he was very supportive. And now I'm investing myself in the career, in learning all the time new stuff, coming here to the conference.
I want to ask you about the conference, but before I go there,
Yeah.
I sat today with a couple of interviewers here. Most of them males. None of them mentioned the family aspect.
Only me?
None of them, and I'm afraid it's because it's harder for a woman at your position.
Exactly.
You need to calculate the family also. So, one question, I don't know if you have the answer, but why do you think there's not enough women in this industry?
I think, yeah, one of the reason is to balance between being perfect at home and being perfect at work. I don't think it's possible. I don't believe in, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. You're perfect as you are. What you do.
As Leonard Cohen once said, forget about your perfection. There's a crack in everything. That's how the light comes in.
Exactly. So I think that comes with the maturity. When I was younger, I wasn't trying to focus on both. I didn't think I will have the time to be excellent here and here and here. Now that I'm more mature, I think I will never be perfect here and everything. But at least I'm happy. I'm happy when I'm at home, when I'm cooking, when I'm, doing some stuff with my children. And I'm also happy at work when I have lots of challenges, a very large team that, innovate, doing great stuff. So I'm trying to get enjoy from all of this.
Yeah. Do you ever have the feeling that people treat you differently because you're a woman in this role? Or do you feel there's a change?
I feel there is a change. I don't feel special. I feel there is a change, and I'm being respect. People respect me, yeah, as I am. I think that it's not about the gender. I'm coming with my professionalism from the experience, from what I did and what I would like to do.
Yeah.
And so I don't feel different.
That's great news to hear. I was afraid to hear a different answer. That's great.
This is what I feel.
We had some CISOs, female CISOs here a year ago on this podcast, and we heard hard stories from the past. But a lot of the recent interviewers, like you, are saying there's a change.
Yeah, and what?
This is a great feeling to hear about it.
Yeah.
At your role, and we are at an event, and you probably get invited to a lot of these, and you get calls from salespersons,
all the time,
emails, LinkedIn, right? How do you vet a solution? How do you say, I'm going to go with this one?
I when I'm starting to look on solution, first of all, I'm doing like a deep research, what I really need first. I'm assessing what are the gaps, where are the risks that I need to focus. And when I'm very focused, then it's very easy for me to approach and not to answer. I like to be proactive and not reactive. So I'm not answering all the phone calls I'm getting and not all the LinkedIn's.
Sorry, guys.
I'm answering nicely to some of them. It's not prioritized right now. It may be in the H2, maybe next year. So I'm working with my plan. So I'm very focused on that, on the priorities, what's important for me. If there are something that can bring lots of ROI and also will save some of my problems, and that's fine. But I'm focusing on what's really urgent for the company and on not what is shining and what's. Sorry, guys, I know there is a lot of shining tools.
Yeah.
But I'm doing what's best for Lusha.
But how do you research a solution? How do you?
Okay, so I'm looking at Gartner, what's on solutions. We have a CISO group, cyber ladies. We have lots of professional networks that we ask about our challenge and what kind of problems, what kind of solution can help these problems. So we have this networking, these conferences like this. So it's also a very good idea to hear about the new startups or the new solutions that can help us. So this is, of course, those are the leads, but eventually we are doing a POC, choosing like 2-3 solutions and doing it per process. I'm a CISO, so everything is...
everything is strict.
We have a process.
Do you tell your children this? Do you give them the same answer when they ask for a new toy? We have a process. Let's vet it.
My children sometimes, they are teaching me. They are, always looking on. It's not. Let's not waste money.
Really?
They are, because they are working. They are. They have like some. Jobs that they are, for children. Yeah. So they are the value is, so sometimes they tell me, Ima, this is very expensive. Wow. I don't think we need it.
I never said
so
that.
So I'm getting it
to myself.
So my children, they told me, Ima, mommy, you don't really need it. So why?
Einat, if you could go back in time and tell the little Einat that this is what you're doing today, would you be surprised, proud?
I would be very proud, because when I was 18 or 15, I thought I will be a teacher.
Wow. Look at you.
This is what I thought. Because I loved math, I loved children, I thought I'll go that route. And I think I will be very proud, because when I'm looking at me, I'm looking at like successful women.
You are.
And I have a beautiful family that I'm very proud of, and very, a supportive husband. And the career, I'm very happy. Maybe I would tell myself, you don't need to be shy or modest.
Yeah, this is what was my next question. This is something we always ask. If you can go back in time, give yourself a piece of advice before starting.
So don't be afraid, and you are very smart. You are very strong, and go for it. Everything that you think that you deserve or want, go for it. Give myself more confidence, because I think I had, but I think if I had a little more, then I would do it faster, even faster. But I'm good with that result anyway.
I gotta tell you, being a manager is being a teacher of it, right? So you're doing what you wanted to do in a bigger scale.
Yeah, and much more money.
One last question. But before we finish, for other CISOs out there listening, is there a recent innovation you used, a solution that you would recommend to people listening that maybe they haven't thought about?
I loved. It's not something new, yes, but whenever I'm coming to a new position, there is always, you can always improve by bringing new shining tools, but there is the little things. If it can be an automation, it's relationship with people. It's yes, there are good tools like in the application security posture management and all the crowdsource penetration testing that I love it. But I really love to invest on protecting data. This is my passion. And this is not about an innovation in technology. It's about people. Know the people, know the... this is like my 2 cents, understand the dynamics, the processes. And this is the key. When you build this trust, and this is even my, if it's in my LinkedIn, if you build this relationship and trust, everything is much, much easier afterwards. And you can bring whatever you like. There is a very good foundation that you build with the people, with the organization. And then if someone from my team would like to bring like a new tool that they heard about in the conference, why not? Let's do POC together. So it doesn't matter which kind of tool. So I found it like a very important key. And then everything that we brought after that was fruitful. And
So people first,
Oh.
innovation is second,
Yeah.
right? The people is much more important.
Yeah, because it comes with that, when you have this coming to the office, the small talks in the kitchen. So the innovation is, when you talk, you have good ideas, it comes. So I love it. And I love to see those fresh mind people coming from, different angles. So
Perfect. Einat, thank you very much for your time. I enjoyed
you're
it.
welcome. Me too.
Hi, I'm Sagi, VP R&D of Wotch. Been around in the tech industry for the last 25 years.
What brought you to this profession?
Oh, the army.
The army.
I'm the regular,
Yeah.
Mamram alumni and all that 25 years ago.
And it was clear to you that when you finished the army, you keep working in this profession. Like this is your passion.
For sure. From a very young age.
If you go back to the young self and tell them this what you do for a living, would you be proud?
I love it.
Yeah?
Everything. Yeah, passion is still
that's
there.
rare, not all people
I appreciate it every day. I know that, and I appreciate it every day.
Beautiful. You probably get invited to events all the time, and people try to sell all the time. How do you vet a solution? How do you say this one is? I'm going to listen to you.
So there are a few things. First of all, there must be a need for this, right? I can't, I won't buy something if I don't feel this pain. That's I think the basic. I give a lot of weight to recommendations. We say global dots. I trust them, 100%. So whatever they tell me, okay, let's do that. So it also depends on personal.
Let me just tell the listeners, we didn't pay you.
No. I trust global dots. I know the people there for a very long time. I know they're behind me, and they want my good.
So what I understand from what you're saying is trust is the knowing the people and trusting them.
Look, everybody wants to sell, right?
Yeah.
But if someone I know, and I trust them, and I have good experience with them, and they tell me you need to try this, you need to do that, then I
isn't there a risk of missing out something just because you don't know the person or the beautiful solution that works?
True. I think there's not always the one product or the one service that you need. There are good services, and there's pros and cons to everything. So if someone who's very experienced in that service, product, whatever, I'm not the expert in everything. That's why we have global dots. We have other contractors. So if they tell you, and I trust them, they tell you, listen, this is the product you need. Fine.
What is the like? If there was one thing you can solve with the press of the button, what is the main challenge you would want to solve?
What today? I mean,
yeah. What bugs you the most?
I'm not sure it's around the theme of global dots. I think the velocity of our development, how fast can we develop things? I think for now, for many reasons, that's my job, to analyze it and make it better. I'm not satisfied enough with all. I think it's something that we work on.
What is the main setback in the?
I don't know if there's one thing. It's a combination of a lot of things.
Because what I'm doing is I'm thinking about our listeners and somebody in your position who might say, I have the same problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to
So it's the process and the people and the culture and how we do things, the methodology. There's a lot of things. There's the how passionate your developers are for that. There's tons of things. And you need to work in many vectors in order to get things done. So I'm doing that, and I think we can improve even more.
You are a people person.
Oh yeah,
that's what it's about the people.
I think eventually it's not just the people, but yeah.
If you can go back in time, and this is the question we ask everybody, we dubbed it the DeLorean question, and give yourself one piece of advice before starting your professional career.
Mm-hmm.
What would it be?
Oh wow, I need to think about that for a second. Take it easy.
That's a good advice for life.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm following it though. You see, my hairline is going down.
Mine also. Could you share a recent innovation that you could recommend to our listeners? A solution you encountered and fits great?
I've started, it's the AI era, and I've tried to, start playing with all these solutions and all that. And I think not as a solution for everything, but the fact that you can run AI on your local computer, you don't even need ChatGPT and all these things that you need to pay for. You can actually download models, DeepSeek, whatever, download it to your computer. Even if you don't have a crazy computer with 5 CPUs and whatnot, you can run AI on your machine and start playing with it, even small stuff. And I think that's mind-blowing, and that's something that changes the paradigm of how you think, how you develop. So that's one. And the other thing is all the new ideas with AI. You basically don't code anymore. You just tell them what you want and they do it for you. It's not perfect yet, but every month that goes by, you see the progress and what they can do and how good they are. It's crazy.
But isn't there a big challenge coming with AI, a big security challenge?
True. It's a challenge.
So you're a people person and you're a risk taker, right? That's what I get from this.
I'm not sure I'm a risk taker, but yeah, I mean, I work in a startup, so
yeah,
I think it's
a world of risk, right? Thank you very much for your time. I enjoyed this.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Could you please start by introducing yourself?
So I'm Anna Lerner. I'm Senior Director in SolarEdge. I'm in charge of automatic testing equipment on the production lines all over the world of the SolarEdge. And actually what brought me here is mainly interest how I could protect my software. I have many teams, DevOps, developers that are developing for production line. They're working in a closed environment, but still we are experience a lot of issues and attacks. And my CISO is having a hard time to track everything. So I'm here.
What is the main challenge he is having?
Well, I think that basically the main challenge is the AI today. It develops quite a lot, and every developer right now is like, it's hot topic. We don't want to try new things, but I have no idea where it's going to impact us from a security perspective. It's quite challenging because I'm a developer as well. And from that perspective, I want to try new things. And I have no idea.
How do you balance between the developing side? You want to go fast, but security is always
at the last phase, and then the CISO comes from the company and says, "Okay, I'm blocking you." So basically, that's the point.
Yeah, and I actually heard that most companies that are investing right now, they invest about 97% of their budget in development, and only 3 to 1% in security, right?
Yeah.
And then the slap comes when you have a problem.
Slap.
Yeah.
slab. Yeah.
So
It's quite interesting actually, because we know in our minds that it's important, but as you said, it's always like the last thing that we need to take care of, the last thing that you want to look at it or invest any efforts. And to tell you the truth, developers don't like it. Every time something is blocked, well, they're pissed.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, unblock it. First response is, why are you interrupting my work?
you set them back, right?
Yeah, of course. And I understand it from developer's perspective, because as a manager, I actually push them forward faster. Okay, more features, more stuff, more quickly, and then they come to me and say, okay, I'm blocked.
And what do you say?
Okay, there are two solutions. First of all, I need to mitigate the risks. Okay, so I am working in a closed environment, and the chances that something is going to be impacted is pretty low. But when it happens, it's 100%. You know, I need to mitigate the risks basically, and as long as I'm on development environment, to tell you the truth, I don't really care. But on production, I cannot afford any risks.
And now we are in an event, right? And people are trying to sell. And there's always people at not only in events, right? People call you, they email you, they bug you every day.
LinkedIn, everything.
How do you vet a solution? How do you decide this is the one for me?
First of all, there's a price. I like open source. I like stuff that come to me and I can edit the code and I have full control. Second is how well it fits my needs. Because at the end of the day, this is my daily job. This is what I need to. It may be a wonderful solution, but if it's not easy to apply for me and it doesn't give me 100% what I need, I'm going to search for a better one.
Let's talk a bit about you.
Yeah, okay.
What led you to this profession?
Okay. When I was young, I wanted to be a doctor. And then at some point, I realized that it will take me 10 years, and I was searching for something faster. So it was a hard topic, and I had no idea what I'm getting into it. I started studying the software engineering. It's been pretty easy. And at some point, I went as a student in Intel. And the rest is history, as you say. Yeah.
And if you go back to the young Anna and tell her this is what you do now, what would you say? Would you be mad?
No, definitely not. It's pretty amazing what I managed to accomplish with the profession that I had no idea what it is. I haven't seen a computer till I was 12.
Wow.
So, when I saw a computer, I was like, okay, that's center. Let's start pressing it. And to come here, I guess it's pretty amazing. Yeah. Well, the world has changed.
You should be proud of yourself. You should be.
My husband helps me to be proud of myself.
But if you could go back in time and give yourself one piece of advice before entering this profession,
don't be afraid to try new things, new technologies, new jobs, new everything. Don't be afraid.
This is a great advice for life, not only for this profession,
Probably.
right?
Probably, yeah.
It's hard to implement.
It's much easier at work.
Yeah. Anna, thank you very much for your time and your insights. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Krispin Alon. I'm coming from the Department of Security in Allot. I'm the DevOps manager leader.
What is the main challenge you would like to solve?
There is a lot of challenges in DevOps. You need to know it's every day, every moment, 24/7. So you need to be in front on all the stacks and get in more innovation and understand the facilities and understand the companies and understand the clients and the customer and the stress. And in the end, we are achieving the goals to prevent everything.
Yeah, but how do you manage the need for innovation to keep going? And always, security is always the setback, right? It's always like, wait, stop, you can't do that.
Yeah.
How do you balance that?
Yeah, so this is a very good question. And in this moment, we're trying our best, okay? There is not just best effort, there is more than that. We dealing with something that it's not aware, nothing is on ChatGPT or any other place. This is something that we need to find by ourselves. So the challenge of a DevOps engineer is not just to save or maintain or doing some support on new things or planning tasks. It's more just not just support. It's more to be online all the time, online in the lead of any new department, new challenges, new topics that come in. It's not just reading that, let's say, for example, we need to do something because vulnerabilities was saying that we need to change this product to something else and this will help you. No, it's more than that. Taking the same sequence and the same possibilities and to understand that there is a lot of not just innovation, not just solutions, also future solution. Okay, there is something that called in AWS predicting. Okay? We need to predict what will happen. This is something that
So
we're
it's like
doing
you
every
said,
day.
you need to think like the criminal, like
Yeah, and this is the problem that you become in the beginning.
we are now.
You will need to understand
Yeah.
something else. I'm sorry
No,
that
no,
I'm
go
cutting
ahead,
you.
sure.
A lot of people that come in from DevOps, SecDocs, or DevOps, or DevOps that preventing issues like that, becoming to be the criminal by themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something
Right.
that I need to prevent also for my
For
employee
your
to
teams.
give. Yeah,
Don't give them
not
ideas.
yeah, we will give them your money. Don't leave. That's it. We preserve the employee.
But we
just
we
to
are now
be-
live recording from Cloud Hub event, and
Okay.
you probably go to a lot of events. You probably
Yeah.
get a lot of calls, emails, people trying to sell you every day. How do you vet? How do you check an innovation and decide
Yeah,
what to go?
yeah. I'm in the last. I was taking everything. Okay, taking everything that would help me. Now I'm more trying to dedicate it just point by point and not taking everything, taking the right thing to the right project. Okay, there is a lot of project on my side that using different tools, different also systems. And this is the customer life. Okay, we dealing with customer that paying this. In other words, there is also the system that the customer don't know, and there is the system that the customer pays. We need to be in both of them. This is the problem. But the things that every event like that doing is giving you more ideas. The what I'm coming to here to get ideas, and the ideas is not just to buy this license or something like that. It's easy to get a license and start working with it. It's also to understand how they think. If I'm thinking different, there is a lot of solution to the same answer, yeah? Same question. So we're trying our best to take the ideas and to implement them better each customer.
Is there any recent innovation solution that you implemented and you'd like to recommend to our listeners?
I like this department. Yeah,
Cast
yeah,
AI.
AI. They doing something different until I saw all of them. Okay, all of them doing the same thing. They doing something different. They thinking like me. Okay, and this is something that they took more extra mile. I see, and maybe this is something that I can.
What is the core thing that
They actually in the end, everything is money. Okay, so of course we know how to do our work, but we need also to not waste money to the customers. And this is something that's coming a lot of time with my conversation with customers and with conversation with my manager. That we, in the end, we put in every limit. We need to limit ourselves. We cannot go to the cloud and say, use all your capacity and that's it. Whatever will come. As long as we keep in ourselves to be safe. But in the end, someone paying this bill.
Yeah.
And this bill is coming to be your bonus salary. Sorry, decrease your bonus salary.
So one last question. I'll let you go. It's the lowering question. That's the way we like to end our conversations. If you can go back in time and give yourself one piece of advice.
Oh, look, I'm coming from developers and engineers from the study, and I becoming to be infrastructure, and after becoming to be DevOps. I will prefer to be opposite, to come from the developer to the DevOps. It's hurt me in a couple of 2 years, and now I study better. So
No, that's a good advice for up and coming people.
They need to know that infrastructure ITs guys cannot be pure DevOps. I'm sorry that I'm saying that.
Wow.
Cannot be pure DevOps.
Wow.
They can be like operation and doing the things that we're doing every day and support them. But thinking like the developer, this is must to be ability and something of quality of the employee.
And Alon, thank you very much. It was great.
Also,
Thank you.
bye.
This episode was produced and edited by Daniel Ohana and Thomas Morvidson, sound editing and mixed by Bren Russell. I'm Ganesh the Awesome, and if you're ready to deep dive and start transforming the way you approach cloud practices and cybersecurity strategies, then the team and myself at Global Dots are at your disposal. We are cloud innovation hunters, and we search the globe looking for the future tech solutions so we can bring them to you. We've been doing it for over 20 years. It's what we do, and if I don't say so myself, we do it pretty well. So have a word with the experts, don't be shy, and remember that conversations are always for free.